Today I'm gonna be doing the impossible task of tier listing every single perk in Dead by Daylight. All the killer perks come over here, all the survivor perks. Now, as you guys know, I can't put out any unedited video on my channel, and as you also may know, I'm not Archstarva. I'm not making an 11-hour video. I'm good on that. I'm good. But as you guys may know, there are over 300 perks in Dead by Daylight. If I spend even like 30 or 40 seconds on each perk, the video will be 3 hours long. I am not doing that. So let me tell you guys how this is gonna go down exactly. First of all, I'm not explaining what every single perk does in this video. I expect everybody watching this video to relatively know what every perk in the game does, you know, roughly. And if you don't, just use all the perks in B tier and above and you're chilling. Really quick, this is me after finishing the full edited version of this video, and I do go over most of the perks descriptions because I don't want you to just feel lost and think I'm just putting perks on a list. I'm actually going over the perk a little bit, so keep that in mind. I'm not disregarding what the perk does in general. I will go over what the perks do. And two, I'm not gonna go into every single little thing, every single little niche thing that every perk does. It'll be taken into account, but it won't be mentioned. Number three, I'm not spending more than 20 seconds on any perk, maybe 30 seconds at most. With how I edit my videos and all the jokes I want to put into it, I'm not spending 2 weeks editing a 3-hour video, gang. I'm sorry. Most I'm doing for this video is 1 hour long at most. Number four, I'll try to be as objective as I can. This list is gonna focus on winning first, fun second, but they're both gonna be taken into account. You know, solo queue and Swift will both be taken into account for where I'm putting these perks. And number five, last but not least, this is my own humble perfect opinion, so take everything with a grain of salt because this is what I feel at the end of the day, because whenever somebody makes a tier list, it's usually subjective. So just remember, this tier list does have my own personal bias because I am making it, but I'll try to be as objective as I can as a Swift or solo queue team trying to win first, have fun second. We are on the road to 10,000 subs. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe because I put so much effort into this video. And can we get 200 likes on this video? Now, without further ado, let's rank every perk in Dead by Daylight.
Send this to someone who's a femboy furry.
Now, obviously, first, we're gonna start with all the survivor perks. Oh, why am I doing this video? Dark Sense is gonna go in C for mid or niche. Wall hacks from the killer is insane until it activates whenever you don't want it to. The perk has so much potential, but the activation requirement is garbage, so this perk is too niche. Deja Vu, honestly, I might put Deja Vu in S tier, maybe A tier, but I'll just put it in S because I feel like it. You work on gens that are 3 gen faster, and you get to see whatever gens are close to each other throughout the whole match. That's great info, and the repair speed is just a good bonus for real. It's not like a broken perk, but it's still insanely good whether you're solo queue or Swift. Hope, do I put it in A or B? Honestly, I'm gonna put Hope in B. It would be up here if still has 7% haste, but it only has 5 now. Maybe unless you have Power of 2 or BT. Yeah, actually, I'll keep it up here in strong. I don't think it fell all the way from S to B. I'll change my mind. Kindred, I'm gonna put Kindred in A tier. It would be S if it wasn't for the big ass black bubble that pops up when somebody gets hooked, but good info is good info nonetheless. And it's not even needed in Swift, even though in solo queue it's amazing. I'm gonna put it in A. Lightweight, this perk is niche. It's only good with like Dance With Me, and that's pretty much it. Any good killer is gonna find you whether you have scratch marks or not. No One Left Behind, I'm debating whether putting this in S or A. I'm gonna put it at the very top of A because the speed for unhooking and healing in the end game could completely win you a match if like used correctly. So yeah, I'll put it in A. Splinter's Instinct going in C. Obviously is good with chest builds. Other than that, wasted perk slot. Premonition, this perk is garbage. Like, this perk is only good if you're like blaring music in your ears and you don't want to look at your screen. Resilience, S tier. Vault perks for survivors are always gonna be almost always insane, and you do gens faster, and all you have to do is be injured. Well, guess what? If it's a good killer, you're gonna be injured. So S tier. Slippery Meat, honestly, I'm gonna put Slippery Meat either top of C or bottom of B, because with a full Lux squad, like you could watch an Archstarva video, a full Lux squad Swift, unfair. But if we're taking solo queue to account too, I'll put it in C. It still has its use. Small game, we're gonna give it at C. Yeah, you find totems faster, but the more you play the game, the more you remember where all the totems are. Not to mention, if you're in a Swift, you can find the totem very easily. Not bad though, not bad. Spine Chill, D. Oh my gosh, this perk went from an A or S tier perk to D tier, and it's never recovered. I don't think they're ever gonna buff this perk. Like, I can't even tell you what it does. I'm not even gonna lie. This is not happening. This perk is terrible. This perk does pretty much nothing, I'm not gonna lie. We'll make it, obviously, S tier. The faster you reset, the more you're doing gens, which means you win the game. If you do gens, you win. So any perk that gets you to do gens more just wins you the match. Like, having We'll Make It will just delete a killer's pressure, I'm not gonna lie. Bond, I'm gonna give it an A, and solo queue, it's really good information to have. For Swift, you don't even need it for real. So honestly, I could put it in B, but I feel like we're gonna have a lot of B tier perks, so I'm gonna put it in A. Leader, people might disagree with me on this, but this perk does fucking nothing. Wow, your teammate opens opens a gate faster. Man, get that shit out of my face before I get mad. Prove thyself. I'm debating whether to put in S or A because I feel like it's not as good as it used to be, but it's still such a good perk. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna just put it up here. Any perk that makes you do gens faster for free is gonna be a really good perk, usually. Now we got Adrenaline from Meg. This is an A tier perk. I wouldn't say it's S tier because the sprint isn't so long and we have more killers that could put you in deep wound. So yeah, I'm gonna just put it top of A. Quick and Quiet, also gonna go in C, like right next to Lightweight. Like if you have a certain build for it, it could come in clutch, but that's literally about it. Other than that, you're kind of wasting a perk slot. Sprint Burst, I think Sprint Burst is easily an S tier. It's like the best exhaustion perk in the game, either that or Life. Like the biggest slap in the faces in this game is playing like Ghostface or like some type of M1 killer, getting close to a survivor and they just use their 99 sprint burst. Like, I just want to kill myself. Body Knowledge, A or B tier because doing gens faster is always nice, but I'm gonna put it in A because I feel like we're gonna have a lot of B tier perks when we get there. Empathy is an amazing info perk for solo queue. For Swift, it's not gonna be all that great, but still good information. Honestly, I might just put it down here in B. Self-care, it still comes in clutch in very unique situations, but other than that, you're just wasting your time. Just hop on a gen. Calm Spirit, what does this perk even fucking do? Don't you do totems quieter? Doesn't it stop you from screaming? But the trade-off for that is you do them slower or something. Yeah, I'm not even sure what this perk does. Just take it off. Iron Will, A tier perk because if you're exhausted, it doesn't work, and every survivor has sprint burst nowadays or life, so it's not usable all the time, but it's still such a good perk. Saboteur, do I put it A or B? I'm gonna put it in B, counting solo queue, and Swift is definitely A if used in the right hands, obviously, but I don't think it's like if you bring it, you're gonna get value from it, so I'm gonna just slap it in B because it's only really good if you're saboing a lot. Balanced Landing, A tier perk. I think it's the most underrated exhaustion perk in the game because if a killer's right on your tail and they watch you climb some steps or climb a hill, they pretty much have to just drop you. Streetwise is gonna go in B, you know, it just makes items way better. It just makes chest items so much better, and it gives you wall hacks whenever you're done using an item or whatever. Like, yeah, not a bad perk at all. Urban Evasion, it's good against like Huntress or Trickster. That's about it though. Anybody running Urban Evasion now is like, you know, they have 2 hours in the game and that's a free tunnel, bro. Decisive Strike, obviously S tier. Any perk that could kill the killer's momentum and just completely change the tide of the game will be S tier. Object of Obsession, I'm gonna put it in good. You know, like the information could be really, really clutch, but there's a lot of undetectable perks, undetectable killers, undetectable add-ons. So yeah, it's gonna go in B. Soul Survivor, I want to put it in garbage, but there's so many times where like I'm playing against a group of survivors and there's one survivor left, I find Hatch, and they open the door in 5 seconds because of this perk. Arguably a throw perk, but like it could still come in clutch, mid, or niche. Which one is this? Ace in the hole? Yeah, I'm just gonna put this perk in C because like obviously with a chest build, if you open a chest and get like a purple med kit with like a purple add-on, oh my gosh, that is insane. But then again, you could just bring the item and just bring sprint burst or something, so I'm gonna put it in C. Open-handed, gonna go in B. You know, it makes information perks even stronger, so like I can't put it in the bottom 2 tiers. It's just good. Up the ante, I'm gonna put this in C tier. Again, the luck from the perk, it could come in clutch against with like certain teams or whatever, but yeah, not that good. Borrowed Time. Now here's the thing, like I don't think this perk is good anymore, literally because it's base kit, so there's probably no reason to bring it. But I put it in niche or good though. I'm gonna just keep it in good because the extra haste and the extra time of BT could be really clutch, especially in endgame, so I'm gonna keep it in good. Left Behind, throw of a perk, bro. Oh my gosh, let's throw the perk off. Anybody running this perk is fucking dog shit. Unbreakable, S tier perk. What do I need to say? Most second chance perks are going to be S tier perks. Alert, it's a decent perk. Whenever a killer breaks something, you see their aura. Whether that's like a random getting chased or a teammate getting chased, you can see where the killer is when they break a pallet. Could come in really clutch. Life, S tier. Like this perk is so fucking boring. It's literally sprint burst, but you can activate it whenever you want. I hate this perk so much. Technician, waste of a perk slot. Now you have to spend like 6-7 more seconds on the same gen, bro. Trash. Dead Hard. Now this is where people's gonna disagree with me. This perk is fucking disgusting. This perk is so disgusting. I run this perk almost all the time. If you get unhooked and say teammate has will make it, like you could just dead hard. If a killer tries to turn you off hook, use dead hard. If somebody heals you and they try to turn you off hook, you take a hit, use a dead hard, then you take another hit, you go down, maybe you have DS, then you get to run again. Like you can't convince me this perk is not good. This perk is still insane. No Mither, D tier. We're gonna live forever, B tier. Being able to pick up people from the ground so fast is obviously like really good, especially in the right situations. Pharmacy, C tier. Really good if you have like a chest med kit type of build. Like if you pair it with Ace in the Hole, it could be really clutch. But other than that, the perk is terrible. Vigil, I'm gonna put Vigil in B tier because they did nerf it. It no longer stacks. But obviously, it's still really good. Having Vigil with Sprint Burst and stuff makes it really, really good. So yeah, I'm gonna put Vigil in the top of B. Wake Up, same thing as Soul Survivor, so I'm gonna put it right next to it. Literally, if you're the last survivor alive, you open the door in like 6-7 seconds. It's so stupid. I had a survivor use these two perks, open the door before I could get to it. We were on Cronus Pren too, and the maps were on opposite sides of the map. And then he wanted to teabag me. Like, bro, you let your teammates die. Detective's Hunch, C tier. The information can be really great, but like, once you play the game for more than 10 hours, you don't need this perk, bro. Stakeout, really, really good with hyper focus builds. Other than that, I don't really know why you would bring this perk. So I'll put it in B tier or keep it in C. I'll put it up here in B tier. Tenacity, it's gonna go in C tier. They do plan on making a base kit, so that would probably bring the perk like down here after they make a base kit. Again, it's very good in a like flip-flop power struggle background player, bully squad Swift, but you're not going against that every match, and solo queue, you're not really gonna get much value out of this perk. So I'm gonna put it in C because it is slightly niche. Boil Over, C tier. This perk is amazing if you have another teammate working with you and they bring Breakout. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put Breakout here. These two perks together would be like up here in like A tier or B tier, but solo queue, I feel like these perks just aren't good to bring. Dance With Me, really good with lightweight and quick and quiet. Like these three together is like a ultimate trio for new players. Other than that, throw the perk in the trash. Windows, S tier. The main goal is for survivors to get the gens done, and if the killer's on, you waste your time till you get the gens done. But this perk, and with the new update that made more filler pallets, you just run pallet to pallet to pallet to pallet to pallet and pretty much just pre-drop it. So obviously, this perk is going to be up here, and it's one of the most picked survivor perks too. So Autodidact is actually really good now. It can really come in clutch. You can get heals out in 2 seconds. The only reason why it's not like up higher is because Just Bring will make it, bro. Deliverance, S tier. Low-key one of the most unhealthy perks in the game, but like you can't nerf the perk without making it dog shit. Diversion, obviously, is just a fun meme perk. You know, you use it when you're not being serious to throw it at the killer or try to distract him. But yeah, this perk does virtually nothing. Aftercare, either B or C. I'm gonna put it in B because after you unhook or heal somebody, you'll see their aura for the rest of the match unless you get hooked. So I think it could come in really clutch, especially in solo queue. So I'm gonna keep it here. Breakdown, good perk. It destroys fucking hooks after you get unhooked for what, like 3 minutes? It's low-key a very unhealthy perk, but it's just not good enough to bring, so people don't really complain about it, low-key. Distortion, they gutted this perk. I'm thinking about putting it down in niche, but Lethal Pursuer is obviously one of the best perks for killer, and this counters Lethal Pursuer, so I can't say it's a bad perk. Poise, perk is niche. Don't get me wrong, hopping on a gen and literally getting a free Lethal Pursuer on Survivor side is really good, but that's all that does. You maybe activate it 2 or 3 times every match, just seeing the killer for a few seconds, like, no. It's good for information at the beginning of the game. Other than that, it's pretty worthless. Head On, B tier, arguably up here in A tier, because locker saves are very easy to do. Being in a locker and getting a head-on play when a survivor is about to go down in a loop is also very strong, but this isn't happening in solo queue, so I'm gonna put it down here in B. Solidarity, really good idea for a perk, but the perk itself isn't good. It's when you heal somebody, you get some of that healing towards yourself, but I'm pretty sure it also doesn't even work for medkit heals, so like, yeah, it's not that good. Buckle Up, I'm gonna put it in B tier, because if you are harassing the killer while they're trying to, you know, go for a pickup, and you're like harassing the pickup with background player or a flashlight, and then let's say somebody distracts him and you get the pickup, the person you pick up gets a free sprint burst. Not literally, but basically. Flip-flop, S tier. Alright, I'm being biased because I hate bully squads. It's definitely a A tier perk. Flip-flop can be almost uncounterable in the right hands. It doesn't take much to be the right hands. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is be near a teammate when they get downed, distract the killer, they get flip-flop, they get out. Free. Medal of Man, do I put it B tier or C tier? Because getting a free hit is nice, but you're going for protection hits, which isn't gonna happen very, very often. It will happen, but not very often, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. But is this one better together? Yeah, this is going in B. All your teammates can see where you are, and if a survivor gets downed while you're on a gen, you can see that survivor and all your teammates for what, like 30 seconds? Like, this perk is really, really good now. I'm surprised people don't use it very often. Fixated is gonna go in B. It could come in really clutch with like a visual sprint burst type of gamer, especially if they're a really good looper. Not to mention it just counters killers like Pinhead. So yeah, it's a decent perk to bring. It's not a throw perk. Inner Strength. People might disagree with me and put it up here. This perk is not good. Like, do a totem and then hop in a locker for X amount of time to heal up. Bro, just bring a med kit. I know you can say that for a bunch of things. Like, why bring Prove Thyself? Just bring a toolbox. But you guys don't get what I'm saying. If you're trying to win, you're not bringing this perk whatsoever. Remember, we're putting winning over fun in this tier list. Babysitter. A tier. When you get an unhook, you see the killer. The person you unhook also gets suppressed scratch marks and more haste. Like, what more can you want? This perk is literally the new borrowed time because it's just so good. Camaraderie. It's only good in like a Swift. In solo queue, you're never getting value from this perk ever. But I still think it's a really solid perk. It's a free reassurance. And then you can stack it with reassurance and say you have deliverance. Wait, you can't have deliverance on second hook. What am I talking about? Scratch that. Second wind. This perk is gonna go in A tier. It could really come in clutch. All you gotta do is heal one person, which whoop-de-doo, everybody's gonna get a heal during the match unless you're hiding. Especially in solo queue, you can unhook somebody, instantly hop on a gen, they're full health, y'all get extra gens done, you know? Like, any means necessary. This perk is gonna go in B, because obviously resetting pallets can be very strong, but there's some killers that just all, like, outright ignore pallets, or the pallets that they leave just aren't worth it to pick up. If it's a pallet that's dropped and it's a good pallet, they're gonna break it. Other than that, knowing where the killer is because you see the pallet drop is still really clutch though. Lucky break. Do I put this perk in good or niche? Because I feel like this perk is slightly overrated. You kind of just need the right build for it and the right map and stuff. Because if you're an Ormond and you bring Lucky break, you're not escaping from the killer. But since they buffed it and you could get time back on it, I'm gonna put it up in good. I think it's a pretty good perk. For the people, easy A tier perk. This perk is very underutilized. Even in Swift, I don't see it used very often. But this perk could be really good. So I really think this perk is not that bad at all. It's a really good perk. It's just very hard to use. That's the thing. It's very hard to use because if the killer gets a down, by the time you pick them up and you're both running away, the killer has done their cooldown animation and you could just go down right after. So it's very risky. Off the record, they did gut this perk and then they gave it back what it had, but then they nerfed that part of it. So I'm gonna put it in A tier because still, if the killer comes right back to tunnel you, you have what, 40-50 seconds to take a free hit. I mean, not even gonna lie, 90 seconds was kind of fucking ridiculous. Red airing, you hop on a gen, hop on a locker, the gen looks like it blows up. Yeah, like, no. What is this one? Is this one Soul Guard? Blood Pact. This perk is going in C tier. Obviously, you need to be in a Swift to get really good value from it. And in solo queue, like, it's whenever, like, the obsession gets hit, you can see each other, whatever. Or when you get hit, the obsession can see you. But in solo queue, people don't even notice when you have this perk. So, I don't think it's that good to bring. Really good in Swift, not good in solo queue. Repressed Alliance. Bro, this perk has so much potential, but it's just not good. You're supposed to use it to block gen so a killer can't kick it. However, you're giving the killer a free deadlock. The perk is not good. Unless you have wire type with it, even then it's still a niche perk. Soul Guard, A tier perk. Whenever you get picked up, you get a free borrowed time. You get a free hit. So put that with For the People, and these perks are almost uncounterable and just buy you so much time for free. Build to last, I'm gonna put it in A tier because you don't gotta be in a locker as long as they buffed it. And if you bring a disgusting med kit or toolbox, you just get to use it like 3 or 4 times, bro. It's actually such an underrated perk. Desperate Measures, B tier. In endgame, having that free unhook speed, not even in endgame, but during the match, having that free unhook speed, healing speed, just because survivors are injured, it can be really good. Visionary, D tier. You can see gens, and then when a gen gets done, it goes on cooldown. Like, why? Appraisal, going in niche. Obviously, I don't think it's a bad perk. Rummaging through chests, getting free items is still really good, but obviously it's for a chest build. If you're not running a chest build, the perk is ass, and if you're trying to win, you're not running a chest build. Deception, D tier. I don't think this perk has ever worked on me. I'm pretty dog shit at the game, so. Power Struggle, A tier or S tier? I'm gonna put it at the very top of A because in solo queue, you're not getting value from it. But in a Swift, this perk is almost uncounterable. So yeah, it's a really strong perk. Fast Track, C tier. Whenever other people get hooked, you can do gens faster if you hit a great skill check. Nah, but it's not as bad as these perks. Self-preservation. This perk is dog shit. Whenever somebody else gets hit, it hides your scratch marks. It might be good if somebody's taking a protection hit and you're getting tunneled. Just bring off the record. Smash Hit, C tier. Yeah, I know it has the lowest exhaustion time out of any exhaustion perk, but you gotta stun the killer. Blast Mine, B tier perk. Just wasting the killer's time is fucking hilarious. I just think it's one of the best perks in the game, easily. Counter Force, C tier. Really good if you're trying to find totems and find hex totems, but unless you have like a boon build or the killer has like Devour Hope, which 90% of killers don't run boons, hexes, because they're very inconsistent, so you're not really gonna get value too much. Resurgence might be the best perk in the fucking game, bro. Getting unhooked and getting healed in 2 seconds, low-key, is not fair. It's really not fair. I don't know how people think it's fair. Like, these 2 perks together might be the best perk combo in the game. Bite the Bullet, I might even put it down here. Like, this, you heal silently, and when you miss a skill check, you don't lose progress. Like, what? Get the fuck out of my face. Flashbang. B tier right next to Blast Mine for the same reasons. It could just waste a killer time. Blending them at a palette could be fun. Not only that, you could get free flashbang saves and stuff, especially since you don't even have to time shit anymore. So yeah, it's a decent perk. Rookie Spirit. You can see gens regressing. I guess the information can be okay. And Swift, you don't need it too much, but it's nice. But in solo queue, it could come in clutch. If you see a teammate was on a gen, they get pushed off of it, and then you see a gen go white, you're like, hey, they were on that gen, let me go get the gen done. Circle of Healing, people aren't gonna agree with me. Bro, this perk is so bad now. I miss it. I miss Prime Circle of Healing, bro. I know it wasn't fair. I don't give a fuck. You could literally heal up after, like, while the killer's in their hit cooldown animation back when this was meta, bro. I miss it so much. But now I don't think the perk is good at all. Just remove it. Shadow Step, on the other hand, I think people are really starting to understand how good this perk is, bro. Completely counters, like, on barbecue and chili, a bunch of information perks. You have no scratch marks, so it's harder to find you. I think this is one of the most underrated perks in the game. Well, I thought it was until people started using it very much. So I'm glad people are catching up. Clairvoyance, this is a B tier perk. The information is really good. All you gotta do is, like, what? Cleanse or bless a totem. Not to mention you can see gens, and you can see the hatch if you're last alive, and you could do window text. So yeah, the perk is nice. Boon Exponential, obviously it's gonna go up here in A tier. It's free pickups no matter what. If you run this perk with like Unbreakable or Soul Guard, you know, any of those perks that help you with picking up, or even bully squads, this perk is really disgusting. It's not even that hard to use. Just put up a boon until your teammate go down to the boon. In solo queue, you're not gonna get value. People don't really know you have this perk, or when you do bring this perk, the killer just doesn't slug. So yeah, it's gonna go in A. Corrective Action. This perk is arguably one of the worst perks in the game, but it could come in really clutch if you have a teammate that is new to the game. But other than that, this perk is pretty terrible. Overcome B tier perk. It's a free sprint burst. Whenever you get hit, you get so much, you get massive, like massive map wide distance. It's just when you do have that distance, you tend to lead the killer to your teammates, so it's not insanely good. Dark Theory, this perk is good. In the right hands and the right build, this perk is literally fucking disgusting, but you're not gonna feel this perk if you use it by itself. So honestly, you could put it down here in niche, but I'm gonna keep it in good because I don't think it's that bad by itself either. Empathic Connection. I'm gonna put this perk in either B tier or top of C tier, because whenever somebody gets injured, they can see you and you heal them faster. Yeah, actually you heal them way faster. So I'm gonna just put it up here in B. Not a bad perk. Parental Guidance though, this perk is fucking dog shit. If this is the perk I'm thinking about, this perk is dog shit. If this is the perk where you stun the killer or hides your scratch marks and grunts of pain for 10 seconds or some dumb shit, yeah, this perk is a waste. I didn't mean to sound so rude. My bad, guys. Make sure you guys drink your water. Water break. Inner Focus. This perk is down here, arguably down here. Like, being able to see your teammate's scratch marks is such a useless perk idea, but seeing the killer whenever a teammate loses their health state isn't bad. So I'm gonna put it here in niche, honestly. Overzealous perk is dog shit. People really try to convince me that this perk is good. It's terrible. Maybe if you have a full boon build, it could be good. So I'm gonna put it in top of garbage. Residual Manifest is going in B tier. You get a free flashlight whenever you look through a chest, and on that, when you blind the killer, they get blinded. This is one of the few perks where you can make the killer like blinded or hindered. Low Profile, worst perk in the game, honestly. Corrective Healing, also the worst perk in the game, honestly. I'm sorry, Ada, they gave you some shit perks. Wiretap, niche perk. Okay, you have lags on the killer. Wow, they kicked the gen, now the perk is gone. You know, like, what the fuck? Better than new, this perk is also terrible. You heal somebody, they open chest faster and bless and like cleanse totems faster. Oh my gosh, this perk is terrible. Hyperfocus B tier. Everybody thought this was gonna be a meta shifting perk, but then it turned out to be only good with like stakeout and shit. Then again, skill checks are still inconsistent somehow, so it can be really busted. You could get gens done so fast, but there's so many stipulations. Like, you have to have stakeout, you have to have a good toolbox, you know, stuff like that. So it's not too good. Reassurance A tier. Being able to be on a hook for 100 seconds, and if the killer stands like within 30 meters, you can unhook. You can unhook yourself if they fucking proxy camp. Like, it's so disgusting. Fog Wise. Whenever you hit a great skill check, you see the killer. I used to think this perk was severely underrated, but the more I use it, the more I realize this perk is perfectly rated. Being able to see the killer when you get a great skill check is nice, but then again, you would have to bring like stakeout or just hit regular great skill checks, but it could be a stealth killer. Not to mention, if the killer's on a teammate, you don't need to see where the killer is. The killer's not on you. Why does it matter? This is one of the few perks where I completely forgot the name of it while I was making my script. Potential Energy. This perk is only good against 3 gens, against like a prime skull merchant or a singularity or like a knight. Like, other than that, this perk is just a waste of a perk slot. Quick Gambit. While you're getting chased, your teammates do gens faster, but it goes away after you get hit, and it has a cooldown for some reason. Cut Loose. This perk is terrible. After you vault something like back like more than once, it's silent. It's kind of weird. I'm not saying it's like unusable, but it's unusable. Friendly Competition. This perk is absolutely dog shit. It doesn't really do anything. If you do a gen with one other person for the next 100 seconds, you do gens a whopping 5% faster. Nigga, that's fucking nothing. Power of 2. I would put this in good, but like, really, it's not even all that good. It's not bad, but if you are both getting chased by the killer, that's another survivor that's not on gens. So I'm gonna put it down here in niche. Background player, S tier. I know people would like to say like A tier. Some people even want to say B tier. This perk is uncounterable. Like, this perk isn't fair. But I'm gonna put it in A because the only upside is if somebody does have this perk, number one, that's slugging potential for free and free team pressure. Number two, that's another survivor not on gens. Blood Rush, C tier. It just has way too many stipulations for something that's not even that cool. Could still be usable in the right situations though. Collective Stealth. This perk is a wasted perk slot. Made for this, C tier. It fell from grace so bad. Now this perk is only good against Legion, Deathslinger, Houndmaster, and Kaneki. Scavenger, D tier, and for good reason. The reason why it has so many steps towards it and why it does so little is because if it didn't have as many steps or did more, this perk would brick the game and be very unfair. At that point, why even make the perk? Troubleshooter, B tier. Whenever you drop a pallet in chase, you see where the killer is and you see your teammates working on the most, like you see the most progress gens that your teammates are working on. Like, it's just a really good info perk. Dramaturgy, obviously S tier. It's a free mini sprint burst whenever you want it, with the quote-unquote downside of being exposed. If you're using Dramaturgy, you're using it to get to a window or a pallet to where you won't get hit. So virtually used correctly, this perk has no downsides. And it can give you free items, bro. Fuck this perk. Plot Twist, A tier. Can come in really clutch, you know? That's pretty much it. It's just a super clutch perk. Scene Partner, as you guys know, whenever I make tier lists, there's one spot that I get to put like any perk for free. Free of Ridicule. I love this perk. I love when the killer makes me scream. Wait, pause. The screaming is funny and the free wall hacks is also nice. Don't get me wrong. Genuinely, this perk goes down here. But just because it's my tier list and I get to put one perk wherever I want to put it, I'm putting Scene Partner in S tier. I don't care how fucking annoying it is. I love the perk. Chemical Trap, not even that bad of a perk. It basically forces killers to break pallets. Not forces them, but if you put it on a good pallet, they have to break it. You get map wide distance. This could come in really clutch, especially against M1 killers. Like if you're in a dead zone, this perk is amazing. Light Footed, C tier. Like yeah, they buffed it and your footsteps be like silent or whatever, but like it goes on cooldown a lot, and it's only really good if you have like, you know, background player. But then again, that's another survivor not on gens. You're giving the killer free snowball potential. Lucky Star, I love this perk, but unfortunately it is also a niche perk. Well, honestly, I could see it being in B tier. Yeah, we have a lot of perks in C tier. I'm gonna just put it in B because after you get out of a locker, you have no grunts of pain, no scratch marks or whatever, I think, and you see all your teammates, it could come in clutch. Illumination, one of the worst perks in the game. Like, wow, I can see a gen in a chest, thank God. If you run this perk in my match, I'm gonna assume you're throwing. Champion of Light, this is a good perk. Being able to slow the killer down just by blinding them, getting free distance. Pair this with Residual Manifest, and yeah, you're gonna dog shit on the killer. Oh, you're not literally gonna dog shit on the killer, but you know, it's a nice combo. Deadline, D tier perk. Like, what? Like, I don't see anybody ever using this perk for good reason. This perk is terrible. Like, skill checks appear more often while you're injured, but they appear in random places. Why is there a downside to getting more skill checks? Like, that beats the whole purpose of having the perk. Weaving Spiders, D tier. Like, I don't really see how this perk could come in useful, other than people going for the place where they get all gens 90% and then they pop this perk. Other than that, the perk is a waste of time. I don't know why you would ever bring it. Strength in Shadows, C tier. Yeah, you get a free self-care, but you have to be in the basement, you know? The basement's not relatively safe. And Swift, this perk is way more stronger. Like, honestly, B tier and Swift, but at the same time, you could just bring a med kit, hop on gens, or bring a toolbox, hop on gens, gen rush. Which one is this? Wicked. This is Wicked. This perk is B tier. Whenever you're hooked in the basement, you get a free deliverance. Like, I don't see it. Why? I don't know why people don't really run this perk. And I think it's because in some maps, the basement is so like hard to get to. Like in RPD or the Freddy map, if it's in the elementary school, if you unhook yourself, the killer's coming right towards you. Not to mention in solo queue, you're gonna have a teammate coming towards you, wasting their time when they could be on a gen. So this perk is not bad, but it's not like insane either. Bardic Inspiration, C tier. Mirrored Illusion. This is honestly just a fun perk to try to trick the killer, but the perk does relatively nothing. Still Sight, they did buff this perk. I think this perk is way better than it was, but it's still not a very good perk because you have to still stand still for 2 seconds that you see nearby like gens and you see the killer, but the killer has to be within 24 meters of you. So if the killer knows where you are and you're standing still, you're taking a hit. Honestly, I could see it being up here in B tier. I don't think it's a very bad perk. Finesse, I forgot about Finesse. This is the best perk in the game by far. Like, I dread playing M1 killers because the pallet density update and Finesse. Like, those are the main two reasons that I don't like playing killer. I mean, I'm a survivor main anyways. I mean both sides. Hardened? This hardened? Yeah, this perk is dog shit. Along with this perk, specialist. Those perks are terrible. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know what they do. Everybody bought Lara Croft for finesse. Exaltation. This perk is so underrated. When you stun the killer, your item gets replenished and it gets better. I still think this perk is good. Eyes of Belmont, C. Yeah, you get a free lethal pursuer whenever a gen gets done, but it's the same thing with Fogwise, where if you don't see the killer, you don't need to see the killer. If the killer's nearby, you know the killer's nearby, you don't need to see them. That information can still be really useful, obviously, but it's nothing special. Moment of Glory. This perk should be much better than it is, but it's not. So it's gonna go in C tier. You do have to open 2 chests, which is a waste of time and times you're not on gens, and then you have the last 60 seconds in chase. Good luck if the killer is Blight. Clean break, C tier. Yeah, it just takes way too long to activate to a point where it's not gonna be very useful. Like, why bring this perk and risk getting tunneled off a hook when your teammate could bring Will Make It and you don't have to worry about getting tunneled off hook? What is this? What is this perk again? Crows? Crows. This perk is... What does this perk even do? Doesn't it give the survivor spice from the shadows, but then you're broken the whole match? Perk is a waste. Shoulder the burden. Like, I want to put it in S tier because what it does is supposed to be S tier like, but instead of allowing, but like the way to win is to gen rush. So I'm gonna put it in A tier because why would you bring shoulder when you could bring like finesse, background player, unbreakable, flip-flop, stuff like that. So like, I just don't think it's as good as these other perks, even though it's still such a busted good perk. Is this do no harm? I don't even remember what the fuck it does. You're going in C tier, bro. Duty of care. Isn't this the perk where if you take a protection hit, everybody else around you gets haste? I'm gonna put it in A because it's not doing shit against Blight, Nurse, Kaneki, Hillbilly, Oni, stuff like that. But against like any other killer, you're destroying them with this perk in a swift. Like, this perk is actually kind of underrated. I wouldn't say underrated, but nobody really uses it. Rapid response, this perk is dog shit. Whenever you exit a locker, you see the killer for 2 seconds. Why? Like, I'm good. You can keep that. I don't need that. Apocalyptic ingenuity. Should I put it in B? Honestly, yeah. I'm gonna put this in B because in a swift, this perk is busted. Anything other than swift, it's a waste of a perk slot. Come and get me. I don't even know what this perk does. After you unhook somebody, you like shout for the killer so they know where you are, and it hides the scratch marks of your teammates, but it doesn't hide the aura of your teammates. And if it does, then I'm sorry, I'm getting that wrong. And if you're screaming for the killer to come and get you, they're gonna come over to you because they know where the unhooked survivor is. They're near you. What's this? Throwdown? I think is when you stun a killer, people around you like don't get scratch marks or something like that, and hide the grunts of pain. Could obviously be very clutch if the killer is tunneling and you have background player, stuff like that. Other than that, it's not very good, and it's not gonna come in clutch in solo queue. Conviction would have been S tier, but they did change it a little bit, so it's gonna go in A tier. Or do I just put it in S tier? Because low key, this perk can just win games. Not win games, but secure escapes and end games. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it in S just to put more perks in S tier. I'm not gonna lie. Last stand. It would have been S tier, but they nerfed the iframes it gave you. I'm gonna give it a C tier because it still doesn't like to activate to stun the killer when you want it to. What is this? Is this last stand? Or is this toughen up? Oh shit, it literally does what throwdown does, but like you gotta bring it and you gotta be the survivor getting saved or some shit. Now we got ghost notes. In the right hands, in the right build, like with sprint burst and vigil, this perk can be really good because you get back your sprint burst so unbelievably fast. Other than that, this perk is pretty dog shit. So I'm gonna just keep it in B just to round it out a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, garbage. This perk is going in C tier. Yeah, you get more skill checks, but like road life, arguably the worst perk in the game. This I'm not even kidding, this might be the worst perk in the game. And with all the survivor perks done, I will put them all in order at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned and watch the killer's tier list I'm about to put on right now. Alright guys, I've been recording for over an hour, and this is where I would like to put like a small interlude for the video, just so I could talk to you guys for a second. The first thing is the support on the channel has been really good. Like, I am really grateful. We are really on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Whenever I say that, I'm not gonna say it doesn't feel real. It does, because it's taking years to get to it. But I'm just thinking about my future with content creation. So I'd love to make it a full-time thing, but obviously I don't make very much money off of it. So most of my time is like at work or doing other things. But the support on the channel now compared to what it used to be a few years ago, like sometimes whenever I'm down and I'm not confident in my channel or my success, I go to my old videos and see those videos where I'm getting like 10 views, 20 views, 5 views, 30 views, and then I keep uploading. Then I get videos like 100 views, 200 views, maybe 300 views, and then out of nowhere a video 1,000 views, 2,000 views, and it gave me just a lot more motivation to do stuff. If you're somebody who's already subscribed, let me know that you're watching the video actually. Like down in the comments, put a banana emoji if you're actually like watching the video through, or even just watching this part. And if you support my channel, because yeah, this is something I just really want to do, and you guys make me feel like it's actually possible. And I hope you guys have been hydrating watching this video, because I'm very serious about that. So if you're watching this video, please go get some water. And if you plan on keep watching, why not go get a snack? And I hope you guys do enjoy the video and do enjoy the jokes I put into it. I put a lot of effort into this video, and I really hope this video, it does pay off in the long run. I hope I can look back on this video after putting it up and see that it did everything I wanted it to do. Yes, I'm recording this, the vocals in one sitting. So obviously I'm talking more relaxed, so I could give my voice a second to rest. But we're about to get into these killer perks. I'm about to go into high energy because I can't wait to get these jokes in. I can't wait to get these perks tier listed. And I do hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, banana emoji down in the comments below. All right, let's get into the killer perks without further ado. Bitter Murmur. This is a perk that you think would be really good. Whenever a gen gets done, you see the auras of like all survivors near the gen, but like if it worked on all survivors, this perk would be way much better. But this perk is like only good for like Huntress, I guess. Now we got Deerstalker. I'm definitely biased. Yo, every 30 seconds you see the survivor you've chased the least. Don't get me wrong, if you're trying to win, you're gonna be tunneling. But maybe if you're chasing a survivor and they're just really, really good, you can find a survivor that you haven't chased, and what do you know? They're fucking dog shit. Distressing. C tier. This perk is really good with like Starstruck, Agitation. So obviously it's not in garbage because it works with those perks, but it's not good otherwise. No-head, I'm thinking about putting it in S tier because this perk gives you a free down in endgame, maybe even 2 free downs. If you get a hook next to the no-head, that's a guaranteed kill. Yeah, it just gives you kills when you don't deserve them or didn't even earn them, so I'm gonna put it in S tier. Thrill of the Hunt. This perk is actually really good if you have a full Hex build. The issue is it's a Hex build, so all of your perks can get destroyed. Don't get me wrong, it takes a lot of time to go through all of them and destroy all of them, but like say like right off the start of the match, survivors do totems. That's what, 50-60 seconds that they're not on gens. Like low-key really good slowdown, so it's a pretty good perk. Insidious. I still don't see the appeal for this perk other than Basement Bubba, which is outdated since there's anti-camp in the game now. So yeah, it's pretty worthless. Iron Grasp, really good for a backpack build, or you know the teams you're gonna go against is gonna do some Sabu plays, maybe some taking some tank hits. Could be clutch in that regard. Other than that, nah, it's not very good. Monstrous Shrine. Honestly, I would put it in C tier because a survivor dying faster on hook when you're far away makes sense, right? However, 70-second hook timers, camaraderie, reassurance. I can't really put this in D tier. Shattered Hope, arguably the worst perk in the game. I don't know what they were thinking. Sloppy Butcher, good perk. I wouldn't put it in A tier anymore since there's a timer on it, which is kind of weird. Like, I understand why there is, but yeah, it's a really good perk to bring, especially if you're an M1 killer. But there's a lot of M2 killers in the game now, so yeah, I feel like it's definitely falling, but not very far. Spies from the Shadows. This is a really good tracking perk. Honestly, I might put it in A tier just because of my personal bias, but now I'm gonna keep it in B. You get free information for doing nothing. I love this perk. Unrelenting. This perk is really good if you have 2 minutes on the game. Whispers. People might say even put it in B tier because the information can be solid, but I don't really see it. Actually, I do see it. I'm gonna put it in B tier because there's gonna be a lot of C tier perks. Just the information whether a survivor is within 40 meters of you can be clutch, especially in endgame. Agi. Easy A tier. Works with a lot of perks. Counters bully squads, counters Sabo squads. Really good with like Starstruck, Iron Grasp, stuff like that. This perk is just really solid. Brutal Strength, obviously at A tier perk. You break pallets, kick gens, all that stuff way faster. It's not like an insanely meta broken busted perk, but it's never a wasted perk slot. You always get value from this perk. This perk is really good on Doctor. It's gonna go in niche because in some Doctor builds, it's literally disgusting. Bloodhound, isn't this just make their blood brighter and their scratch marks tighter or something like that? Yeah, this perk is a waste of a perk slot. Predator. Honestly, it goes in C because whenever you lose a survivor, it could come in clutch, so it's good for beginners. 40-second cooldown, literally just because nurse can abuse this perk if it had a shorter cooldown. This is Lightborn or Shadowborn? This is Shadowborn. After you get blinded, you get 10% haste. Could come in really clutch for flashlight squads. Other than that, it could be down here, but it couldn't come in clutch. Enduring, B tier, especially paired with Spirit Fury. Obviously, it's up here, so we might as well slap Spirit Fury right next to it because both of these perks by themselves don't do all too much. Lightborn, immune to flashlights. Just look at a wall. Tinkerer. Tinkerer's gonna go in B tier. Really good information. You also get undetectable, so you can sneak up on the gen. You know, good perk. A Nurse's Calling, they buffed the range to like almost 40 meters, so you can see people healing within 40 meters. Or is it 36? I think it's 36. Still a really good information perk. Nothing mind blowing, but good. Strider, C tier. Really good for Spirit. Honestly, yeah, this perk is D tier. I don't know what I'm thinking. Thanatophobia. This perk is good. This perk can be really disgusting on some killers that just leave you injured the whole match or get free injuries. Dying Light, I don't fully remember what it does. It's maybe good with a full obsession build. Other than that, it's pretty worthless. Play with your food. I love this perk so much, but it's such a waste. Like, it's low-key only good with a certain killers and if you're doing a certain type of build. Other than that, this perk is not good to bring. Same thing with Save the Best for Last. There's only very few killers that can really use this perk very well. And yeah, don't get me wrong, this perk was slightly unhealthy. Don't get me wrong, it was a little unhealthy when it was really good, but it did need nerfed a little bit. It did just guarantee deaths at endgame for no reason. So yeah. Devour Hope S tier. It's really bad because it's a hex totem, but you only need 3 hooks and then you can start insta-downing and you can start steamrolling a game. Obviously, the only issue is it's a hex perk, but the effects of this perk is so strong that I think it balances out. I think every hex should be very strong since, you know, it's a hex. You can get rid of it. So yeah, I'm gonna put it up here in S tier. And we got Ruin. Do I put it in strong? Ruin's a good perk. I wouldn't say it's like really strong. So yeah, I'm gonna put Ruin in B tier. It's still obviously a good perk. Just chase survivors off gens. You're getting free slowdown, but it's a hex. You can get rid of it. Third, Seal. Really good against solo queue. Against Swift, this perk does nothing. Monitor and Abuse. This perk is really good, obviously, for Doctor or killers that need you in their terror radius, but other than that, I don't think this perk is worth it at all. Overcharge. How have we fallen from the Overbrine meta? Thank God we're not in the Overbrine meta, but this perk is still usable. This perk is still very usable. This is not unnerving presence. This is overwhelming presence. I'm not gonna lie, I still don't know what it does. Whenever a survivor starts using an item within 32 meters, they are exhausted for 15 seconds. And whenever a survivor within 32 meters of you become exhausted, you see their aura for 4 seconds. Oh, it's actually not bad. If you use this perk, let me know down in the comments below whether it's good or not. Beast of Prey? This perk is pretty dog shit. It can come in really clutch for certain killers because the second you get Bloodlust, you get undetectable for 40 seconds. That can be really clutch. Over half the killers in the roster aren't getting Bloodlust because they have like anti-loop or something. Huntress Lullaby. Man, this perk could be so good as a hex, but it's just so bad. If they removed one of the first tokens, this perk would be like instantly up here. But this perk is just, it's too much effort for so little reward that I gotta put it in one of these tiers. Territorial Imperative. This perk is dog shit. Barbecue and Biscuits. Do I put it in S tier or A tier? This perk is obviously very good. One of the most used killer perks. I wouldn't say it's insanely meta because all you get to do is see other survivors, but the information can be really clutch and you could find survivors to tunnel. So I'm gonna put it in top of A for now. Franklin's Demise. Bro, they gutted this perk, bro. The whole point of this perk is to make them drop their items and the items slowly deplete. Now they don't deplete. Like, you might as well not even bring the perk because they could just pick the item back up. I can't believe they gutted the perk like this. Then we got Knockout. Put it in C tier. Whenever a survivor drops the pallet and walk away from it, they get slowed down. So it could come in really clutch, especially if you're a faster killer or you have brutal strength. They just make less distance overall. I didn't mean to hit the mic. Shh. I'm sorry. Blood Warden. Very niche. Could come in really clutch. That's why it's not in garbage, but this perk is just very niche. I think out of my, like, I want to say 7 years of playing Dead by Daylight, I think I got caught by this perk maybe 3 times. Fire Up, good perk. I think Fire Up's a really good perk now. It might be, honestly, especially paired with Brutal Strength, this is an A tier perk. You break gens, you break pallets so fast that it comes in really clutch. You also vault faster, so it works with other perks and killers, so yeah, good perk. Remember Me, really good for endgame builds, but endgame builds aren't too popular. Make Your Choice. I think Make Your Choice is a decent perk. People just don't use it because it's usually shamed upon to just run back to hook. Not to mention, if you're running back to hook, you're not getting gens done, but it makes the survivors make a choice where it's like, hey, do I let the survivor get tunneled or do I take the down for them? So this perk can still be really clutch, especially with the right killers. Hangman's Trick. Like, they just need to remove the fucking perk, bro. It does nothing. Surveillance. The amount of information you get from surveillance, it's whenever a gen gets regressed, it turns like white or yellow, and then when a survivor starts repairing it, it turns a different color, so you know they're repairing it. So yeah, this is a really good information perk. I'll put it in B. I don't think it's that bad. Plus gens are louder. Bamboozle, crutch perk, bro. This perk is such a fucking crutch perk. And yes, I bring it on Wesker. I don't give a fuck. Like, it literally just takes looping and throws it out the window. You just brute force pallets and block windows. So it's such a brain dead crutch perk, but I love bringing it for that reason. Colorophobia. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what this perk does, so let's just skip it. Pop Goes the Weasel. A tier perk, still really good slowdown. Not as good as it used to be because they nerfed the numbers, but it's still free slowdown for doing your job, you know? Like, it's good. Haunted Grounds. Could be really clutch. You could get a crazy snowball going on. Other than that, it's not gonna come in clutch no other way. Plus, it's a hex totem. Survivors can just ignore it in the off chance that it is haunted grounds. Rancor B tier. I'm surprised people don't use Rancor more. It gives you a free kill on the obsession. You can ignore them the whole game. Then as soon as all the gens are done, you can down them and mori them. Like, this perk is so underutilized for some reason. I don't even think it's a healthy perk either, just nobody likes running it. Discordance, A tier perk. The information from this perk is almost unmatched. Knowing whenever more than one survivor is on a gen, that's just the game telling you, hey, there's 2 survivors over here, come get your free pressure. Like, this perk is just good. Iron Maiden, I don't think this perk is good at all, because survivors, not only do they not hide in lockers anymore, but this perk is only good for killers that need to reload, but they have reloading speed add-ons anyways. Mad Grit, also D tier, maybe good for backpack builds, maybe for bully squads, but you're not gonna bring this for bully squads. You're gonna bring agitation, because most likely you're gonna have pain res. Corrupt intervention, obviously S tier perk. You stop gens for so long at the beginning of the match. It's just a clutch perk. I'm not saying it's a carried perk, because after all, after you get it down, it does disappear. Not to mention, survivors can just hide for the first 2 minutes until it's over. Dark Devotion, good perk, can come in really clutch, because as soon as you hit the obsession, they get your tear radius and you're undetectable, so you can sneak on somebody else, get a free grab, get a free health state, get a free down if they're already injured. It comes in really clutch for high mobility killers. So yeah, the perk is good. Infectious Fright, I'm gonna put it in niche because it's only really good for the slugging killers like Oni, Light, Nurse, Hillbilly, you know, the best fucking killers in the game. And it's good to know where survivors are, like especially if you're going against a flashlight squad. So if you do get it down and you don't have to guess whether somebody is near you stalking around, you just know where they are. So honestly, I could put this perk in good. I'm gonna put it up here. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in good. I'm gonna change my mind and put it in good. Furtive Chase, B tier perk. Whenever you hook the obsession, you get undetectable and like a 10% speed boost or whatever. Yeah, it's a really solid perk. I wouldn't say it's all that insane, but it's still a good perk. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I'm all ears. Obviously a B tier perk. The information during the loop could be really, really good. It'll open up doors for you to mind game. And not only that, it's just good for projectile killers. Like, it's amazing. That just reminds me, I have never ran this perk with Houndmaster, even though I main Houndmaster. I'll get back to y'all and let y'all know how it goes. Thrilling Tremors, I want to put this perk in D tier, but there's so many people that's telling me that it could be like it's not as bad as I make it out to be. I don't know. I don't see the use of this perk. I don't see the appeal to this perk, but a lot of people think it's really good, so I'm not gonna put it in D tier. Claustrophobia, niche. It's way too niche of a perk. It's not even bad, because like after a gen gets done, every window vault is blocked for 30 seconds. That can get you a free down. Just bring coup de grace, bro. Like, Mind Breaker or Fearmonger both work. That's going in A tier. It makes people blind, makes them exhausted when they're on gens, can help you stomp solo queue games, and it also just completely counters the pre-run sprint burst, pre-run life type of play style. So the perk can come in really clutch sometimes. So yeah, it's a really good perk. Surge, A tier perk. Only reason why it's in S tier is because not only does it not regress too much, but it doesn't work for special attacks. But obviously, if you manage to get like 2 downs to the same spot, that's bow. That's like minus 20% on a nearby gen, on every nearby gen, not just one. So yeah, obviously this perk is just a really good feel-good perk to bring. Blood Echo. Where'd I put it? Oh, right there. Blood Echo, C tier. This shit is really good on Legion, Kaneki. That's about it. It's just not very useful. Like I don't really see why you would ever bring this perk unless you have like a build around this perk, like with this, the nat, Alien Instinct, stuff like that. Nemesis, I think this perk is niche. This perk is really good if you want to go for that Rancor thing, because like you pop a Rancor, get a free kill, let somebody stun you, they become the obsession, you could Rancor them, get a free kill. Other than that, there's no reason to really bring this perk. Zanshin Tactics, C tier. This perk used to be D tier, but now whenever people drop pallets, you see their auras now, or you see them when they run away from the pallet or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. After they drop the pallet, you get free wall hacks for them every time they drop a pallet. So yeah, this perk is way better than it used to be, just off that one single change. DMS, they nerfed this perk by so much. Like, it's very noticeable, but it's still a perk that can block gens. I gotta keep it in S tier. Maybe if I'm just put it in the top of A. But yeah, I'm gonna put it in S tier. It's still really good though. Gearhead, honestly, a really good information perk. You get wall hacks on people that are just doing gens and hitting good skill checks. Just all you have to do to activate it is get one hit. You tell me you can't get one hit? It's just pretty good information. I think it's a pretty solid perk. Hex Retribution. This perk is a really good if you have a full Hex build. I'm gonna put it in good. I think it's still a really good perk, and it wastes time because survivors are gonna want to go to cleanse it. So Deathbound. This perk is pretty ass. I'm not gonna lie. What it does is when 2 survivors heal, the one that did the healing will scream, and if they split apart, they're oblivious. I don't know. I just don't think this perk is very good at all. Forced Penance. People aren't gonna agree with me. Some people make arguments for this perk being pretty good. I think this perk is terrible. If somebody takes protection hit, they can't heal. Like, if they're not healing, they're on gens. If they're not healing, they're on gens. So this perk changes literally nothing, in my opinion. Trail of Torment. Trail of Torment's pretty decent perk. Would I put it in B though? Nah, I'd put it in C, top of C. This perk has really good synergies. If you pair, trust me guys, trust me when I say this, pair this perk with machine learning and watch the results. All right, I can't give away too many secrets. Yeah, shh. Dragon's Grip, it's still a niche perk. The only killers that really benefit from this perk are high mobility killers that can get up close to you, cancel their power, and down you instantly. Blood Favor. Ooh, is this perk a S tier perk or a A tier perk? That's the question. This perk is so good, especially on a few killers like Kaneki, Springtrap, a Huntress. Oh my gosh, this perk can be so disgusting. I'm gonna put this perk in S tier just because I want to balance it out. Just like I did with the Survivor tier list, I really want to kind of balance out as much as I can. So I'm gonna put it in S tier. In all actuality, it's probably an A tier perk because it is a hex, but I don't give a fuck. Undying, obviously a strong perk. It just makes your hex perks way stronger. It gives them a free second life. Like there's no downside to bringing this perk other than like, there is none, because the Survivor cleanse it, they're wasting their time. Coup de grace, S tier. This is literally the old dead hard that all the killers would cry about. This is for them. This is the old dead hard that killers would cry about for killers. Oh, but the way to get tokens is to lose gens, and the way to get dead hard is to lose hook states. It's the same thing, but for killer. If anything, it has a better payoff, because every gen that gets done, you get 2 coup de grace. A lot of people will say this perk is not strong. This perk is disgusting. Honestly, if you put it in A tier, I can see that. There's no shot that I put dead hard at S tier and don't put coup de grace in S tier. They're the same perk. Quarter. This perk is pretty bad. I don't really see how this perk could be really useful anyways. Oppression though? Y'all sleeping on oppression. They lowered the cooldown, so whenever you kick a gen, more gens get difficult skill checks. You can do it constantly. Oh, this perk is actually such a good perk. I'm surprised people don't use it more. Now we got crowd control, C tier perk. It's such a good idea, but just like cruel limits, they both suffer from blocking windows when blocking pallets is obviously stronger than blocking windows. Plus it's a hex, it's gone within the first 10 seconds. No Way Out, S tier perk. It's a 6th generator. Now don't run, the survivors don't have to actively repair like exit gates, but they gotta wait what, 50 seconds for it to come up, then they gotta waste 10 to 20 seconds opening the gate. This is a 6th generator. It can help you guarantee hooks, guarantee kills in endgame. Really good perk. Starstruck. It's low-key a strong perk because like if they try to take hits, it completely counters that bully squad meta, just like agitation. It counters bully squads, sabo squads, taking hit squads, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, Starstruck's a really good perk. Not to mention high mobility killers could just get those insta downs for free. Eruption is still a really good perk. Obviously doesn't do incapacitated anymore, but whenever you get the down, it explodes the gen, they scream, you see their aura, so you know what gens they're working on. It really rewards you for just kicking a gen and getting it down. I think it's a really good design perk anyways. It's a good perk. Hysteria. This perk is dog shit. Perk is good for Legion, that's about it. Lethal Pursuer, obviously S tier perk, might be the best perk in the game, because knowing where every survivor is off rip is enough information to possibly just win the game off of that alone. Not to mention it makes all of your aura rating perks like barbecue and biscuits even stronger. Yeah, the perk is just disgusting. You can easily just find somebody off rip and tunnel them out the gate. Such a good perk. Deadlock. Obviously, wait, where the fuck did it go? Where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Obviously, S tier perk, you literally get over minutes of slowdown for playing the game. You get rewarded for losing. What? This perk is disgusting, and that's why I hate Repressed Alliance, because you're giving the killer a free deadlock. Plaything. I think Plaything is a really good perk. I don't know about A tier, but I think it's a really good perk. It crushes solo queue, mainly. It's not super good in Swift, because they can just give callouts whether the killer is on you or not. But in any solo queue, or even if you're going against a 3-man Swift and 1 solo queue person, they're going to be terrified of that Plaything. They're going to be go cleansing it. BBF Throw the Hunt so it takes longer. Yeah, decent perk. Scourge Hook Gift of Pain might even be a S tier perk. All you gotta do is put them on a hook and they do gens and everything fucking slower. But I don't know if I want to put it in S tier or A tier, because I don't think it's a meta perk. Like, it's not a meta perk, but it's a really good perk. I'm gonna just keep it in A tier. Grim Embrace, obviously going in S tier. You get free gen slowdown every time you get the first hook on somebody. It's not nothing to like change the game that much, but then when you get all your hooks, it blocks all the gens for 40 seconds, which is 2 deadlocks in 1, not to mention all the times you're blocking gens from the first hook. Really good perk. Pentimento is an A tier perk. Pentimento is really good, especially if you're running a hex build, because you can make those gens and the healing go slower. Solid. Pain Res, we also saw this coming, might be one of the best perks in the game. Just free slowdown for literally just doing your objective. What more can I say? Ampere with DMS, oh, you're set. Call of Brine, they did just buff this perk. It's a strong perk. It regresses faster than usual, obviously, and you know when somebody is hitting good skill checks on it. It's free information. So yeah, strong perk. Merciless Storm. This is a niche perk because it is a noob stomper perk. And don't get me wrong, it's definitely very, very good on Doctor. It's all the Doctor's so disgusting with skill check perks, obviously. That's why no quarter is dog shit. It's usually just a noob stomper perk. And if you're going against the Swift, they'll call it out, hey, he has Merciless, and then they're not gonna miss. Like, come on. Floods of Rage, easily a A tier perk. The information is absolutely insane, literally just for getting hooked. It's barbecue and chili, but whenever a survivor gets unhooked, come on, what more can you say? Darkness Revealed, it's too niche. I just don't think it's very good. A lot of maps just don't have good locker placement. It's really good for certain killers like Huntress, Trickster, Dredge, people that have to interact with lockers. But if you're a killer that doesn't have to interact with lockers, there's literally no reason to bring this perk. Dissolution. Dissolution is actually a really solid perk, and I'm glad within the last few months people have really woken up to it and realized how good this perk actually is. It breaks pallets without needing to break the pallet. It's like Spirit Fury, but you don't gotta get stunned. It's good. Septic Touch, take the perk out the game. I don't know why it's even in the game. Awakened Awareness, another perk bottlenecked by the nurse. Why can't we just nerf nurse? Superior Anatomy, not a bad perk. I'm surprised I don't see people run it, because you know when killers go for like, they pretend to vault a window, then they go away from the window, and then they moonwalk and then vault the window. This perk makes that a guaranteed hit or down every single time. Not to mention you pair with Bamboozle and you're playing killer on autopilot, so it's not a bad perk. Terminus, really good end game perk. I'm gonna put it in B tier because pair this with No Way Out, and if you're a killer like Legion or you're just getting a good amount of hits, you're damn. Okay, I think we're all mature enough to look past the incident that just happened, so don't mention it from now on. With like No Way Out and getting a bunch of pressure, you can steamroll a game, especially if you're playing somebody like Oni, bro. It's so disgusting on Oni. Hex Face the Darkness. It's not a bad perk. Actually, it's pretty good. It's just constantly interrupting survivors, giving you information, you know, stuff like that. It's a solid perk. Hubris. Yeah, this perk can be really solid. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Plus, they buffed the cooldown and everything. Yeah, the perk is pretty good. Nowhere to Hide. Obviously, a S tier perk. The information is absolutely unmatched. Well, people might say I'm tripping for that. Yeah, it's a A tier perk. That's between these two. It's between those two. What is this one? Game of Foot. C tier. Leverage, bro. Leverage could be so good if we'll make it and Resurgence wasn't meta. But if survivors aren't bringing that, which sometimes solo queue games they're not, this perk is pretty good. It just slows down those heals and it works super well with Make Your Choice. They work so good together. Now we got Thwack. C tier. People scream when you kick gens or break something, whoop-de-doo, you know? What is this one? Forced Hezi, B tier. This is a really good perk for snowball killers. Obviously, a good snowball wins the game. No matter what killer you are, a good snowball will win you the match. So obviously, it's slightly niche because you do got to be the right killer in the right circumstance, but it's a good perk. Genetic Limits. We all thought this perk was going to be really good after you hit a survivor, they're exhausted. Thought it would counter that dead hard, counter that life, counter that sprint burst. It turns out they're just going to use that before they get injured, so this perk isn't really doing much, so it's going to go in niche. Machine Learning. Oh, I love this perk. I love this perk. They did slightly nerf it though, with the amount of haste it gives you, so obviously it's still a good perk, but it's not nothing mind-blowing anymore. And I'm telling you guys, bro, use this perk with Trail. No, forget I said that. Keep that on the low. Now we got Alien Instinct. Whenever you hook a survivor, the furthest injured survivor is oblivious, but they're told you have this perk. It can still come in clutch. Like, don't get me wrong, this perk is really good for playing Kaneki or Legion or Houndmaster, Oni, Blight, any killer that could get a few survivors injured very fast or even downed. This perk can be really, really good, but it's just not good. Rapid Brutality. This perk isn't bad. The only issue is it only works for a few killers, a few M1 killers, but it can still be clutch, but it does also take away Bloodlust, which is a necessity for some killers, so I'm gonna put it in the bottom of good. Ultimate Weapon. This perk is so slept on since they buffed the cooldown. This perk's information is so good. It makes the survivors blinded, so it does crush solo queue sometimes. Very underrated perk. Really good information perk. Batteries Included. This perk isn't very good. I think of it like Trail of Tournament, where if you have it with a certain build, it's a B tier, A tier perk. Like, it can be really good in the right build, but other than that, it's too niche. Like, I would never run this perk unless I was running a haste build. Friends Till the End. Do I put this in S tier? Because some killers can abuse this perk like no other. Or do I put it A tier? I'm gonna put it in S tier, just because, like, put this perk on Blight or Kaneki or Spirit, and yeah, that's easy eats. That's easy eats. That's barbecue chicken alert. Hex 2 can play. Remove it from the game, bro. The perk is terrible. Unbound. This perk is dog shit. They nerfed it for some reason, so how dare I get a hit and then vault a window, which is very reactable, so then a survivor could just start pre-dropping pallets. How dare it? Yeah, I just don't think this perk is good anymore. Undone. Obviously, this perk is not good unless you're playing Doctor and you have a skill check build, or you're playing Edit Killer with a skill check build, but you're only really crushing solo queue. Unforeseen. Really good perk. You kick a gen, the gen gets your tear radius. Like, it's just free, undetectable. Well, I don't know about A tier. It might just be a B tier perk. Do I think it's better than like overcharge and stuff though? Yeah, I think the stealth against solo queue can really crush. And like, I understand I'm mentioning solo queue a lot and not Swift, but like, you're not going against Swift every game. Don't get me wrong, you're trying to win. If you're trying to win, you're not bringing these perks. You're bringing all these perks. But these perks are also very viable, especially against the solo queue. Dark Arrogance. You get stunned longer, but you vault faster. I don't see the appeal to this perk unless you run it with superior anatomy. Languid Touch, I think this one is C tier perk. Whenever somebody scares a crow, they get exhausted. Honestly, I'll put it in like near the top of C because I think this perk is like low-key really good, especially when paired with spies from the shadows, because you can see where survivors are and they can't sprint burst away. So it can be really good, but it's nothing special. Weave Attunement. I think this perk is dog shit. When a survivor is near an item, you see them, and when they pick it up, they get oblivious. Like, I don't think this perk is that good. Somebody might disagree with me. I know Starfman made a video about it a while ago, but I see no killers running this perk. And if I'm trying to win, I'm not bringing this perk. What is this? Is this Dark Arrogance? No, I already did Dark Arrogance. That's a Lich perk. This is Dominance. C tier perk. Really good with a Obsession build, obviously. Other than that, perk is a waste. Same thing with this perk. Really good if you have a full, like, Obsession build. Other than that, waste of perk slot. This perk, I don't even know what it's called. Human Greed. Waste of a perk slot. You can kick chests shut. That's kind of cool, but like, I don't see a single reason to bring this perk. Am I missing something? What else does it do? The hours of open chests are revealed to you at all times. The survivors coming within 8 meters of an unopened or closed chest are revealed to you. Okay, so you get wall hacks when somebody's near a chest anyways. Maybe top of D. All Shaking Thunder, they did buff this perk, but however, it is a coup de grace, and it has virtually no cooldown. But not only do you have to drop off of something, but it lets the survivors know you have this perk. But I don't think it's as bad as it was, since the cooldown was reduced by a lot. So you pretty much have this perk the full game. Not to mention they added more failures, so there could be more hills and more stuff to drop down off of. Still not a good perk, don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad as it used to be. No quarter, waste of a perk slot. A Merciless Storm for self heals, like, what are we doing? And I know it would, if it worked for all heals, it would be up here next to Merciless in C. But again, Doctor exists. Doctor is actually bottlenecking this perk. It's funny to say that not only is Nurse and Singularity and Blight bottlenecking perks, Doctor is bottlenecking perks. Now we got Scourge Hook, the one from the Houndmaster Compass. I'm gonna put this in the top of B tier. Really, really good with other Scourge Hooks like Pain Res, but I don't think it changes much. You know, it doesn't really change too much. Forever Entwined, I think Forever Entwined is such a good perk. Using this perk as Kaneki or Legion, it makes the gameplay just feel so much smoother. Pick up faster, hook faster, bring in with agitation. I have a whole build based on the game just feeling better that I love to bring. Let me know if you want a video on that. Oh, fuck it. Nah, what am I talking about? My gameplay videos do shit. DJ, cut that out the video. Now we got Nothing But Misery. This perk has the most potential in the game, but is one of the worst perks in the game. Like, by far. None Are Free. This is another perk where it's just, it doesn't do much. It doesn't do enough. Yeah, it blocks upright pallets, but like who cares? Like, the game's over. Haywire, this perk is dog shit because it is bottlenecked by Singularity. With Singularity, this perk is pretty much unfair, even though the perk is already niche, and it was niche before it got nerfed, and it still got nerfed. This perk is terrible. Now we got Help Wanted. It's basically save the best for last, but you gotta kick a gen, then the gen has to get done. I'll put it in D or C. I'm not even sure. This perk is pretty bad. I'm gonna put it in C tier because it can come in clutch. Next we got Phantom Fear. I am known to hate on this perk because I think the cooldown is way too long, but there's been a lot of people in my comments explaining a bunch of things about how much it could come in clutch during the game. So I'm gonna put it in the top of C. I would have put it like down here in one of these tiers, but I can see why it's useful. I can't really put it in B tier. I don't think the perk is good enough. You get 2 seconds of wall hacks every minute on a survivor that you can already see. I don't think it's that good. Just bring spies from the shadows. Now we're on the Crasua's perks, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, other than Ravenous, I don't remember what the other two do, so I gotta find out. Overture of Doom creates a hex that curses the farthest generator, and it's in yellow. When a survivor works on it for 5 seconds, you lose your tear radius, and the gen gets your terror radius. See, I guess. Then we got Ravenous. After you hook every survivor once, every survivor gets exposed for 1 full minute. The issue is the only killers that can take advantage of this are the strongest killers in the game. You can still get a good steamroll with it, but you have to be one of the stronger killers, so it's definitely gonna go up in mid, because I don't think it's a super good perk. Not to mention every survivor has windows of opportunity and pre-drops anyway, so there's no point. Wandering Eye, whenever you start chasing a survivor, Wandering Eye triggers the following effects. The auras of all other injured survivors within 20 meters of vacation reveal for 5 seconds with a 30-second cooldown. Let me guess, Nurse is bottlenecking this perk. This perk is dog shit. If you start chase with a survivor, every other injured survivor within 16 meters is revealed, and then it goes on cooldown for 30 seconds. Like, what? This is 100% bottlenecked from the killers like Nurse. 100%. All right, guys, let me reorganize both of these lists, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, everybody, this is my tier list of all survivor perks and all killer perks. This is the survivor perks, and yes, I got them all in order. And obviously, this one is here just because I wanted to, because it's one of my favorite perks to bring, just because it's so stupid and obnoxious. So obviously, this shouldn't be up here, but I have it up there just for the jokes. And then here is my killer perk tier list. Obviously, there's less killer perks and survivor perks. I think there's over 160 survivor perks and only 130 killer perks. And yeah, let me just remind you guys that this was for fun, and it is my own personal bias because it is my tier list. If you hear my dog chewing up his toy in the background, just ignore it. And if you guys have any changes you would make to the video, make sure you to the tier list, make sure you put them down in the comments below. And I do really hope you guys did enjoy this video. And yeah, just remember this was for fun. It was all my opinion. Obviously, I'm gonna say this multiple times because there's gonna be a lot of people in the comments throwing a bunch of negativity and hate around, but just remember, it's all love. So yeah, as I already said, I'm just milking the outro for some reason. Let me know what you guys would change or what you agree or disagree with down in the comments. I would love to hear. And obviously, if you guys have any video ideas, put them down in the comments below. I am happy to take suggestions, and it is all love. If you're watching this video all the way through, or even just skip it to the end to look at the tier list, thank you for watching the video. Much love. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Go to 2,000 subs, and I hope you have a good day.
It started when we were younger.